Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with your hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 268. What your menu coach today? First of all, I want to talk about the progression at Jesse YLONEN. It is opportunity to progress better with the Montreal Canadiens at this moment. Secondly, the bottom six SABOTAGE, the NHL draft pick for 2023. I know it's not good. Finally, we are back on the Coach Frenchy Corner video. We talk about the F3 today. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave me a comments about this episode. And let's dive in about my first subject of the day. Today, guys, I want to talk about the AB prospect Jesse YLONEN. You know, Jesse YLONEN is a 23 years old. He was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens a couple of years ago. Career in NHL as a stats are 37 game, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. His TOI average is 12.21. Good for him. He have an opportunity right now play on the first line. Martin St. Louis bring him on the first line during the weekend. Again, the Vegas play with Zuski and, of course, RHP. What I want to bring to you guys, opportunity knock for the Canadian Jesse YLONEN. And he is opening the door. That's happening right now with YLONEN. You can see his transformation since he joined us. The Montreal Canadiens is getting better and better. I like the way I see him performing with the Montreal Canadiens, and that's the reason I want to talk about him today. Secondly, you have two aspects about confidence in sport. First, believe. When you believe of yourself, you feel better. Secondly, when an opportunity pop up in front of you, this is a great way. Why? Because confidence can flow from getting a chance to show what you can do. This what you have two reasons I believe confidence is all about. Then I want to talk about the reason why I really like him is his progression. You can see a transformation plus. When you see confidence about the plus guy, it's when he carry on the puck and not the fear. Deferring, I'm talking about nervous, right? And you want to pass the puck quicker. You don't see all the options in front of you. And when you play with older players, you just want to give the puck to him. And that's we don't see anymore from Jesse YLONEN, and that's the reason I believe he's getting better and better and better with the Montreal Canadiens. Then he's increasing his TOI from 12-21 we talk about. Now he's getting about 15-60 minutes per game. He feels more comfortable on the ice, on the three-zone area. Offensive, defensive, and zone, neutral zone. Then I really like more and more his puck management. He played, like I mentioned, a really better 200 feet game now for the Montreal Canadiens. And I want to show you why I feel he's more comfortable. He has more confidence about himself. Here, a short video about him. Let's see the play yesterday. He picked up the puck. He go around. He carry on the puck. He kick out the puck to Zuski. Great pass to RHP. Unfortunately, saved by the goaltending from the Carolina Hurricane. But that's what I'm talking about. Confidence with Jesse YLONEN. Let's see again the play. And let's see right there. He pick up the puck. Usually, he will not carry on the puck. He will pass the puck to Zuski. That's called defer. But now you can see another size of Jesse YLONEN. He's going to carry on the puck. And now he knows he's going to kick out the puck. I really like RHP on that one. He's going to drive to the net. And that's what we want, the support for the other players. And I like the fact Zuski, he see that option. The only thing I would say to YLONEN on that play, he turned his back to RHP. I would like him to drive more to the net, crash to the net. That's the only thing I would say to YLONEN right there. Imagine you have a rebound in front of the net. Look what he look like right now outside the crease. This is the only problem I can see on this video from Jesse YLONEN. But otherwise, we talk about confidence, right? We talk about he carrying the puck, and that's exactly what he did on that play. And that's the reason I feel like he's getting better and better. Finally, I want to finish with this. YLONEN opportunity is coming as a result of injuries, but seizing the opportunity is on him. And sometimes when you combine opportunity with timing, it can lead to more opportunity. And that's exactly what's happening, guys, for Jesse YLONEN for the Montreal Canadiens. And I would like to hear from you what you feel about Jesse YLONEN. Do you like the way he plays right now? And do you think maybe he could have a spot next year with the Montreal Canadiens? And this concludes, guys, my first subject of the day. And let's move on for my second subject of this episode. My second subject of the day, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens bottom six. Right now, they sabotage the draft pick 2023. What are you talking about, coach? First of all, guys, they are on the survivor mode. They are destroying the dream pick of the Montreal Canadiens. I'm talking about Belzile, PEZZETTA, and Tierney. They got 6 points yesterday, 1 goal, 1 assist for Belzile, PEZZETTA, and Tierney have 2 assists. This is the 4 line for the Montreal Canadiens. But the last 20 games for the Montreal Canadiens, they play like it's a playoff time for each one of them. They try to impress the management. They try to stay in NHL. So for them, each game, it matters. Each game for them is a playoff game. They play with their heart. They play with effort. They play with work ethic. Every game for now with the Montreal Canadiens. And that's the reason possible could have a problem a long term for the Montreal with the pick. PEZZETTA bring energy. He's a kind of player he is with the Montreal Canadiens. We see a transformation of PEZZETTA after Christmas with the Montreal Canadiens. He was healthy scratch, guys, at the beginning of the year. 13 game of the 15 game. At some point, Martin St-Louis was almost his personal coach, private. After the practice, he was always with PEZZETTA to show him other options he can bring on his toolbox to become a solid player in NHL. But unfortunately for him, at the beginning of the year, he didn't have a good fit with him because he played with Drouin, Hoffman, Tadonov, Pitlick, and I think he did not feel good with them until he get with Alex Belzile. They have some kind of chemistry. It clicked both of them because they are players they similar. They all love to play with energy, forechecking, and backchecking hard. His improvements in the beginning of the season for PEZZETTA is getting better and better. At some point, he was only considered a guy from north-south. Now, St. Louis showed to him to be a little bit more comfortable with the puck, and he go at those areas where he never been before. That's the reason for me he's getting better. Secondly, he had some time on the PK. So this is another area he never been before, and that's the reason he played a specific role with the Montreal Canadiens. Have 5 goals this year and play an average of 9 minutes per game with the Montreal Canadiens. Martin St. Louis said he never gave up on Michael PEZZETTA. He really believed have some kind the key role inside the Montreal Canadiens with his energy and the effort he bring on the table every game. Now, like I mentioned to you earlier, his effort, his work ethic pay off for PEZZETTA right now with the Montreal Canadiens. Since January 10, 2023, he is the best forward with the Montreal Canadiens, guys, on the differential goal for versus goal against for the 68.4%. So when he's on the ice, his team scored 13 goals. When he is on the ice again, he only gives 6 goals. You can see the importance Michael PEZZETTA at some point on the 4 line with the Montreal Canadiens. And that's what we're looking for with him. Both of them, Belzile and PEZZETTA, prove themselves they can stay in the NHL. The opposite they have right now show to Montreal Canadiens the rethinking for next year if they have a spot or not for PEZZETTA and Belzile. And finally, right now, like I mentioned, they play like it was a playoff game. They maybe sabotage the draft pick 2023 for the Montreal Canadiens. We'll see what's happening for the next couple of games. But I would like to hear from you. What do you feel about PEZZETTA and Belzile with the Montreal Canadiens? We know Belzile scored a goal in the last 2 games, a back-to-back game with the Montreal Canadiens. So leave me a comments about them, and let's conclude my last subject of the day of this episode. My last subject of the day, guys, about the Coach FRENCHY Corner. I love to do those videos. Hopefully you enjoy it. Please, you have specific thing you want to hear and to learn, please let me know. I will definitely back with more video. I love to teaching people about hockey. First of all, this video is about back checking F3 from Mike Madison. What unbelievable play he did. Secondly, I want to talk about his details of this play. His speed, his recovery after he make a mistake, a turnover. And secondly, his stick position at the end. He make an amazing, great play. He broken the opposite for opponent team. Let's see the video right there. First of all, the threat back checking on F3. He make a shot. He turn over by the opponent team. Are coming right now. They are almost a 3-1. The back checking from Mike Madison was unbelievably good. Look, his stick. This is an amazing, great play again for Mike Madison. Let's see again the play right there. And that's all, guys. Effort, back checking, This is an element of a hockey player need to do and to bring on the table every single time. If you watch this video again on the slow motion, watch Kurianov and Mike Hoffman. They gave up before the blue line. When you are coach and you're watching those videos, you check the box and talk to the players. Why did you give up before the end of this play? Finish strong. Finish to the end. This is a brand and a culture you need to teach to the players. You can see compared to Madison, that's friends. A guy wanted, another guy more lazy. And that's happening on this video. I would like to hear from you guys. Leave me comments about the effort of Mike Madison. And if you have any other video you would like to learn, please let me know. I will bring my best to show to you more video. This concludes, guys, all the subject I have for you today. Here we go. Today we talk about Jesse Ylonen opportunity. The bottom six Montreal Canadiens create some kind of drama for the NHL draft pick 2023. And finally, Coach Frenchy corner a video about the F3 threat back checking by Mike Madison. This concludes, guys, everything we have for you. Don't forget, please, to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And of course, remember, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.